Madagascar, the island where evolution took a different path. Off the east coast of Africa lies an island unlike any other on Earth. Madagascar has been separated from the rest of the world for millions of years. In that isolation, life followed its own course. The animals here did not become copies of those on the African mainland. They became something else entirely. There are no lions here, no leopards, no wolves, no great apes. Yet the forests are far from empty. In the darkness, a fossa moves through the trees. It is Madagascar's top native predator, long-bodied, silent, and built for climbing. It looks a little like a cat, a little like a mongoose, but it belongs to a lineage found only on this island. Its main prey is the lemur. For most animals, the forest canopy is a refuge. For the fossa, it is a hunting ground. It can move along branches, climb trunks, and follow its prey into places where a normal ground predator would have to stop. That is what makes Madagascar so unusual. Here, familiar roles are played by unfamiliar animals, don't. The fossa has taken the place that big cats occupy elsewhere. Lemurs have filled a world that, on other continents, belongs to monkeys. Tenrecs have spread into roles that resemble hedgehogs, shrews, and even small aquatic mammals. Chameleons have turned patience into a way of life, don't. Madagascar is often described as a natural laboratory, but it is more than that. It is a living example of what happens when evolution is given time, isolation, and an empty stage. The island began to break away from Africa around 160 million years ago. Later, it separated from India as well. Once the ocean closed around it, the plants and animals that remained were left to evolve on their own. The result is extraordinary. Most of Madagascar's mammals, reptiles, and plants are found nowhere else. Many species exist only in a single region, sometimes in a single forest. In the eastern rainforests, the Indri calls across the canopy. It is one of the largest living lemurs, with a voice that can carry for miles through the trees. These calls help mark territory and keep family groups together in the dense forest. The Indri is not a hunter. It does not rule by force. Its power lies in its place within the forest. It feeds on leaves, moves through the canopy, and depends on tall, connected trees. If the forest is broken, its world is broken with it. In the drier forests of the south and west, fossas move in a very different way. On the ground, they travel with sideways leaps that look almost awkward. But in the trees, their bodies make perfect sense. They can launch themselves from one trunk to another, crossing open spaces that would stop many other animals. In a dry forest, where trees may stand far apart, that ability can mean survival. Then there is the eye, one of the strangest primates on the planet. It comes out at night and searches for insect larvae hidden inside wood. Its long, thin finger works like a tool. It taps and probes the bark, finds hollow spaces beneath the surface, then uses strong teeth to open the wood and extract its prey. In other parts of the world, birds such as woodpeckers often perform this role. In Madagascar, a lemur does it. This is the island's central rule. When a familiar animal is missing, another takes its place. The same pattern appears on the forest floor. Tenrecs are small mammals found across Madagascar in many forms. Some have spines and look like hedgehogs. Others resemble shrews. Some are adapted to digging, others to searching through leaf litter, and some live close to water. They are not copies of those animals. They are Madagascar's own answer to similar problems. This is why the island feels so unusual. It is not simply full of rare species, it is full of different solutions. Among the branches, chameleons wait almost motionless. Madagascar is one of the great centers of chameleon diversity. Some species are large and brightly colored. Others are among the smallest reptiles in the world. A chameleon does not need to chase. Its eyes scan in different directions. Its body blends with the branch. When an insect comes close enough, its tongue strikes with remarkable speed and accuracy. Here, survival is not always about strength. Sometimes it is about stillness. And above much of this landscape stand the baobabs. In western Madagascar, these trees rise from the dry ground like ancient towers. Their swollen trunks store water, allowing them to survive long dry seasons. Several species of baobab are native to Madagascar, and most of them grow nowhere else. They are part of the island's identity, but they are also part of its ecology. They provide shelter, food, shade, and structure in a difficult landscape. A baobab can outlive generations of animals. It can stand through drought, heat, and storms. But even these giants are vulnerable when the land around them changes too quickly. Today, Madagascar's wildlife faces a threat greater than any predator. Its forests are disappearing. Trees are cleared for farming, fuel wood, charcoal, and grazing. Fires spread through dry landscapes. In many places, poverty forces people to depend directly on the land around them. The problem is not simple. Madagascar's people also need food, fuel, and a future. Conservation here cannot mean protecting animals while ignoring human lives. The survival of the island's wildlife is tied to the survival of its communities. But the loss of forest has consequences that cannot be reversed easily. For a lemur, a gap in the canopy is not just open space. It may be the end of a route used for generations. For a fossa, fewer forests mean fewer hunting grounds. For a chameleon, the loss of a single patch of habitat can mean the loss of an entire world. Many species here cannot move somewhere else. They have no second home. They evolved on this island, and their future depends on it. That is the hidden weakness of Madagascar's isolation. The same isolation that created its wonders also makes them fragile. If a widespread animal disappears from one region, it may survive in another. But when a species exists only in one forest, the destruction of that forest can mean extinction. This is what makes Madagascar so important. It is not only a place of beautiful animals, it is a record of evolution taking a different path. A place where life solved old problems in new ways. The fossa became the island's top predator. Lemurs became its primates of the trees. The eye became a night feeder with tools built into its own body. Tenrecs spread into many small roles across the forest floor. Chameleons mastered patience and precision. Baobabs became monuments of endurance in a dry land. Each species is part of a story that cannot be told anywhere else. There is still hope. Protected areas, local conservation projects, reforestation, and community-led work are helping some habitats recover. In parts of Madagascar, people are finding ways to protect forests while also supporting their own livelihoods. Nature here can return if it is given space. A young forest can grow again. Lemurs can move back through connected trees. Chameleons can return to the branches. Tenrecs can search through the leaf litter. The fossa can hunt in a forest that still has enough life to sustain it. But recovery takes time, and time is exactly what many species are running out of. Madagascar reminds us that evolution is not a straight road. Given different conditions, life becomes something unexpected. This island did not produce the animals we know from Africa. It produced its own world. A world of lemurs, fossas, chameleons, tenrecs, and baobabs. A world shaped by isolation. A world where nature took a different path and created something that exists nowhere else on Earth. The question now is not only what lives on Madagascar, the question is whether this extraordinary island will still have room for its own creations in the centuries to come.